Military spouses are extremely resilient, going into new environments all the time. We do live in stressful life situations. I personally moved 6 times in 7 years. Isolation is a really big issue. It can really make you feel like you don't have any value. Although military spouses are moving every 2 to 3 years, I could really create a product that would provide that consistent job for them. When my co-founder and I decided that we were going to raise money for it, my husband got orders to move halfway across the world. It was a huge hurdle to overcome. I'm Liza Rodewald, a mother of 4 and a wife of a service member in the U.S. Army. I grew up at the end of a gravel road in Missouri. My first real experience with entrepreneurship was watching my parents open the first tropical snow cone stand in our town. That was my first introduction into one of my life mantras, which is see a need, fill a need. That's exactly what they were doing, and it was really successful. My parents demonstrating the hard work of entrepreneurship at a young age had a pretty big impact on me. When we moved to our first military neighborhood, that's when I met every single spouse that would ask me, how can I also work from home? Because they moved every 2 to 3 years. Remote work in general has always been a really big passion of mine. Being isolated in a new town and drawing inward can have a huge toll on mental health. When you connect to other people, you find purpose. I began helping some military spouses start remote careers, and that was the beginning of what Instant Teams has become. Instant Teams builds high-quality customer and operational support teams and currently employs over 235 military spouses that work remotely all across the globe. People that can be adaptable, people that can build community and be team players are really important, and military spouses are the best I've ever seen at that. We were going to raise institutional money for Instant Teams in order to scale it. That was right when we got PCS orders here to Hawaii. I was naturally nervous about starting in a new environment, how I was going to be able to raise money in an area where I knew no one. One of the really special things about military spouses is we can plug in so easily into new communities, and that's exactly what I did. As soon as we PCS, I started plugging into the business community here, building those relationships. I've raised money for Instant Teams as a female founder, which only 2.2% of VC funds go to women-led companies. But we're currently at a $7 million annual run rate, projected to get to $25 million in 2021. I think a lot of entrepreneurs fall into one of the big lessons that I learned. I sought out a lot of funding advice instead of trusting myself. Nobody knows your business like you do. And at the end of the day, trusting that instinct as you move forward is one of the biggest things you can do to be successful as an entrepreneur.